Hello, welcome to Wellness. We've got our joint warm-ups video with Dr. TRICIA Kennedy here and Dr. Phil, myself. So Dr. TRICIA, can you just show them how we set up into the wall posture for their alignment? So we're always going to start every exercise like this. You notice Dr. TRICIA's ear, shoulder, hip, and knee and ankle are all in alignment. She's exaggerating the soft knees, which we want to do throughout these joint warm-ups. Perfect. So one of the common problems is that people keep their knees locked, so we don't want that. Alright, so now we're going to start with the very bottom. It works sequentially. It's kind of like Tai Chi. You're constantly moving a joint. You're not holding it in a static position as a stretch. So a joint warm-up is meant to increase the blood flow and allow the joints to get their food, water, and oxygen. So we'll start with your ankles, and we move the joints around. There's actually 33 joints in the foot and ankle, and Dr. Tricia's rolling around her foot in both directions. You do this 3-4 times each way. And then for people that find this uncomfortable, don't do that if it hurts. Then Dr. Tricia is just going to show you a modified version. You'd be sitting in a chair doing this, and you can roll your ankle both ways. Now then we move up to the knees. So you just go straight back and forth. If you have knee problems doing this, you can switch right to the modified one, which would be sitting in a chair, and you'd just be moving your knee back and forth like that. If these are fine, and the first one Dr. Tricia showed you is fine, then you can go to the national ski team stretches, and they don't come up straight, but you'll see she has a nice knee bend, and she's not locking out her knee. She's going around in circles both directions. All right, so the next ones we move up to are the hips, and Dr. Tricia is taking her femoral acetabular joint, or hip joint, and she's going to move it around in a circle in both directions. You can see her balance is good, but you may need a wall for support. And of course, do it on both sides, or get an exercise buddy and lean on them if you need to. The next ones we're going to go to are the hula hoops. And these ones, most people will stay up tall just like they have a hula hoop. And so you move around. You start in a very small range of motion if it's sore. And then you can move to a wider range of motion and go slower if you go wider. And then, of course, both directions. The common mistake Dr. Tricia will show you is that people will bend forward and they'll go around like this, and that is not a good thing to do. So just stay nice and tall in your wall posture with your soft knees, as you can see. Now we're going to start warming up our spinal joints, and of course as chiropractors we have a special affinity for that. So we're going to move our 24 moving vertebrae with this straight up. This is actually taking pressure off the joints, lubricating the joints, allowing them to move freely with that synovial fluid. Plus, again, it's bringing the food, water, and oxygen to these joints that they don't get otherwise. So again, and that is a beginner, and if you get more advanced, go straight up towards the ceiling and go as tall as you possibly can. The next ones we're going to go on to are like what we do at the office with our wobbles. We're going to go back and forth. We're using our muscles with these, and side to side, that is, back and forth. And then we're going to go forward and backwards, and we're moving our spine in flexion extension now. And again, you want to do 10-15 reps. If you're really warmed up already, you've had a lot of exercise recently, do less. Then the next ones we're going to go to are the rotations. Notice how she's keeping her wall posture. She's really using her abdominal muscles now, her core muscles, to stay tall. And then the next ones we go to are shoulder shrugs. So we just shrug up and down. I usually skip these. My shoulders don't usually have a problem there, so I'll go right to the shoulder rolls. And again, you're going to go in both directions. As you see Dr. Tricia keeping her posture. A lot of people will put their head forward. They'll get out of their wall posture in this position, so stay tall, as she is. And then the next one we're going to do is we go on to our wrists. We're going to move our wrists around, just like the joints in our ankles. There's a lot of joints in through the wrist. There are actually 8 little bones in there. So you want to move them both directions. The next one we're going to go to our elbows. We're going to go back and forth. And so the elbows are warmed up now. The next one we're going to go to is with our shoulder rotations. So again, really solid wall posture, knees are soft. We're going to go right overhead and go around the world with our shoulders. And we're going to do as many repetitions. For me, I'll hang out there for about 5-10 repetitions till I feel warmed up, and then you go the other way. Good. And so these, again, you're using those wall posture muscles. You really want to use these here. This is the most challenging one to be in wall posture for. The next ones are our neck. The neck, we want to use our 2 fingers to support our neck when we go into flexion and then into extension especially. The 2 fingers are really important for that. So go through there. And then after you've done that 5-10 times, we'll go into lateral flexion, side to side. And again, there are about 21 joints in the neck that we're moving around like this. Very important to do that. And then rotations. And all that, the whole thing will take about 3 minutes. And that's awesome. That's a great way to start your day. I like to do it first thing. You see people on the other side of the world, Tai Chi, they do that first thing in the morning.